was like, whoa, this is real. We don't have anything. And now we're just struggling just to put food on the table, put gas in the car.
I also should be probably pretty stupid because of it, but I was never carried off the field.
One of the most shocking things about money is that no matter how much of it you have, it can dry up pretty fast. Okay, maybe that's not so shocking, but it's certainly a lesson the NFL players we're about to reveal didn't learn until it was too late. Many star NFL players have financial advisors or accountants around them to be smart with their big money. But these guys did the complete opposite.
Amazing article about how 78% of NFL players usually go bankrupt.
No, it's better and worse than that. It's a little unfair because they also include like divorce proceedings and so it's not just flat out going broke, right?
No doubt. You don't owe anything to anybody, really. Nothing but your family members, your mom, your dad, your brothers, your siblings, and things of that nature, your close friends.
From an NFL pro who took very serious financial advice from his non-financial expert wife, to another one who's trying to break the record for the highest number of children from different mothers, to another player who managed to blow his $80 million football fortune. These are a few NFL players who went broke spending time with the wrong women. Travis Henry. Travis started his NFL career playing for the Buffalo Bills when he was drafted as the 58th overall pick, the second round in 2001. He also went on to play for the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos. Travis had a few issues while in the league, including drug trafficking allegations and rough conduct, but none of his mistakes were as costly as the shocking 11 children he has from 10 different mothers. As you can expect, the large child support payments soon began weighing him down. The courts decided he needed to pay an estimated amount of $170,000 every month. He eventually went broke and was arrested in 2009 for failing to live up to his child support duties. The next player made even dumber mistakes. Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens didn't seem to know how to get away from controversy during his NFL playing days, despite being successful and making as much as $80 million. He played for the San Francisco 49ers, Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys, Buffalo Bills, and the Cincinnati Bengals. Owens had 4 children and 4 different women, which meant he had to pay a huge sum in monthly child support.
Every time I call about my accounts or what have you, he's always gone. Football season is on a standstill, so I have no income at this point, none.
He was almost jailed at a point when he couldn't keep up with the responsibility and had to admit he wasn't making as much as he used to. Owens had a knack for elaborate celebrations that often got him in trouble, and it was a similar situation with his financial life. He was also involved in various controversies, like appearing in a Desperate Housewives skit, barely escaping a painkiller overdose, spitting in an opponent's face, and hosting his own Hall of Fame induction party.
Sheer relentlessness made him a new kind of linebacker, one the league had never seen and could rarely stop.
Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence is an NFL legend who is regarded as one of the greatest defensive linebackers to grace the game. He played as a linebacker with the New York Giants for 13 seasons, won many awards, and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1999. But Lawrence made some pretty terrible life choices. He started using drugs when he was still a rookie, and it got progressively worse, ending him spending all of his money on drugs and women. Sometimes he would pass out in the crack house, and his first wife would have to pick him up. He reportedly attended a team meeting once in cuffs after a night out with some ladies that were trying out some new equipment.
He looks at me and said, "Man, what the hell are you doing down the field that far? You supposed to be doing that." So he kept doing that every day. I couldn't do nothing right. Couldn't do nothing right.
But it gets worse. He was arrested in 2010 for intimate relations with a 16-year-old. He's now a registered offender and has been arrested multiple times because of drugs and women. This next player combines the mistakes of both of the first two. Yeah, you heard that right.
Tampa's a place for champions live. And we all did it together.
Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp is another NFL great who couldn't control his desires, went broke as a result. He played as a defensive tackle for 13 NFL seasons, 9 years with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the remaining 4 with the Oakland Raiders. The 1995 first-round pick was an expert at making dumb decisions off the field. First, he was arrested for battery in 2010, which led to him losing his NFL Network gig. Sapp was then arrested in 2015 for soliciting some private time from a love worker. At this point, he owed almost $1 million in alimony and child support, and he lost huge sums to child support lawyers. This combined with the fact that he had to deal with unpaid property and income taxes, and after investing in some terrible businesses that didn't pan out, he was forced to file for bankruptcy. The next guy found out the hard way just how expensive it can be to father a lot of children.
Fires far sideline. It is intercepted by Chris McAllister at the 40. Across midfield, 45-40, 35-30. Down the right sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Chris McAllister.
Chris McAllister. Chris McAllister was a cornerback who played 11 seasons for the Baltimore Ravens between 1999 and 2008. McAllister had a great season in 2003 and signed an outstanding $55 million contract a year later before going on to produce a remarkable season in 2006. And $55 million is a lot of money, but injuries constantly held his career back. In 2011, he had problems paying his child support after his marriage lasted only 3 months, and he revealed he was dependent on his parents for housing and living expenses.
I don't feel that going into my 9th year that much has changed other than I understand how to play the game a lot better and a lot smarter.
He was later seen trying to sell some of his prized possessions from his playing days on Craigslist.
I wish everybody had swag, but everybody doesn't.
And he finds a man, touchdown. Horizon's got it, touchdown.
Andre Rison. Andre Rison played as a wide receiver in the National Football League for various teams, including the Browns, Jaguars, Green Bay Packers, and Chiefs, earning over $20 million. He even gained nicknames like Bad Mood and Spider-Man, but things weren't rosy off the field. Rison got married to Lisa Lopez, an R&B singer and songwriter, and she was one of the main sources that drained him of his money. The relationship was one filled with ups and downs. They had issues of domestic violence, and on one occasion in 1994, Lisa burned her shoe in the bathtub, which led to a fire that burned down the whole house. Just 5 years after retirement, Andre would declare bankruptcy in 2007. Next is a guy who chose the wrong partner and would eventually pay debts that ate away his NFL wealth.
And it appears that Bernie Kosar will come on. So it will not be Dan Marino, although if it were a 7-point game.
Bernie Kosar. Many NFL players earn a pretty fat paycheck to live a comfortable life and take care of those around them, but some of it losing their wealth because they just don't know when to stop. Bernie Kosar was one of the biggest stars to play for the Browns. He also featured for the Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys. He declared bankruptcy in 2009. He reportedly had $9 billion in assets, but owed around $50 million in debt and liabilities. One of those biggest liabilities was the money he owed from the divorce he got with his now ex-wife. The next on the list is someone who listed to the wrong people and lost all his investments in the process.
Begin with that startling confession from a former NFL star. Redskins running back Clinton Portis, earning more than $40 million on the gridiron, but life after football led to bankruptcy and almost drove him to murder.
Clinton Portis. Clinton Portis will have no one but himself to blame for his financial woes after he couldn't exercise self-restraint and let his desires control him. Portis started playing college football for the Miami Hurricanes before representing the Denver Broncos and Washington Redskins between 2002 and 2010. A career that saw him earn more than $40 million. Perhaps trusting a little too easily, Portis was involved with multiple women and ended up having to pay multiple child support bills. This, combined with an Alabama casino he built and lost, caused him to lose his homes, pay a huge sum to the IRS, and file for bankruptcy in 2015. As of 2017, Portis was living in a modest 2-bedroom apartment. Our next NFL player became so broke, he turned to selling his helmet on Craigslist.
What was it like filing for bankruptcy?
It was embarrassing.
Vince Young. Vince Young enjoyed a successful NFL career, playing for the Tennessee Titans for 6 seasons before joining the Philadelphia Eagles and having brief stints with 4 other teams. He started well, being picked by the Titans as the overall third and earning $34 million, but made decisions that would later hurt him. Reports surfaced in 2012 that Young was in a financial crisis after blowing away all he earned in his playing days. Young lived a lavish lifestyle and had to apply for a high-interest loan that he wasn't able to pay back.
Young keeps it. This is where he is dangerous. The crowd stands up as Young goes to the 40, to the
A woman filed a lawsuit against him in 2014 for pulling her hair while he was intoxicated, which his lawyers said was a clear move to just try and get money from Vince. He currently works as a special assistant coach for the Texas Longhorns football program.
Do you ever feel ashamed?
Oh, yes.
Stupid?
Yeah. Because how can I make that mistake?
Luther Ellis. Luther Ellis was no ordinary NFL player. He was a very successful one who was drafted in the first round and went on to make the Pro Bowl 4 times. He made more than $11 million from his playing career, but squandered everything. Ellis revealed that he ignored the financial advice he got from his team, and this eventually became his undoing. He eventually adopted 7 children, taking his total number of children to 12. In an interview he granted in 2010, Ellis revealed how the Detroit Lions tried to help him. Lions did a good job. They put on financial programs that we players had to attend, talking about investing and saving money. Gave us statistics on how many of us would be broke and all that. Guys were saying, "It's not going to be me. I'm too smart for that." And here I am, one of those guys. Financial education is important for everyone, NFL stars or not. Those guys learned it the hard way, and some of them were able to bounce back, but their cases will serve as a lesson for others. Do you enjoy this video? Drop a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Also, click on the subscribe button for more awesome NFL content.